In the chaos of our daily lives, we often find ourselves surrounded by people who drain our energy, cloud our thoughts, and disrupt our peace. The philosopher Seneca once remarked that we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. But what if the very source of this imagined suffering lies in the people we allow into our lives? Could it be that the secret to true tranquility is managing our emotions and carefully choosing who deserves our time and energy? Imagine life as a journey where every step you take is a choice, and every choice shapes your path. Along this journey, you are not alone. Others walk with you. Some of these companions uplift you, offering support and encouragement. Others, however, may unknowingly set obstacles in your way, causing more harm than good. How do we recognize these individuals? And more importantly, how do we decide who should and shouldn't be part of our journey? Today, we delve into the art of selective companionship, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. This isn't just about enduring life's hardships. It's about making wise decisions that foster a harmonious life. We'll explore the types of people who, according to ancient wisdom, may not be worthy of your energy and how saying no to them can be a profound yes to your peace and progress. As we embark on this exploration, I invite you to join me as a passive listener and an active participant in shaping a life of contentment and virtue. Each personality type we discuss will offer valuable lessons in self-awareness and resilience. And if you find this journey meaningful, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. By staying with me until the end, you'll discover whom to say no to and why this choice is crucial for your inner peace and personal growth. Type 1. The complainers. Imagine sitting in a cozy coffee shop, enjoying a quiet moment, when the person beside you sighs heavily and mutters, "It's just one of those days where nothing goes right." What seems like a minor complaint might reveal a more profound habit: constant dissatisfaction. These are the complainers, individuals who see the world through a lens of negativity. Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Yet for complainers, the reaction is almost always the same, focusing on what's wrong rather than what could be right. Interacting with a complainer is like being pulled into a storm of negativity. Their customary focus on the downside can begin to influence your outlook, dragging you into their mindset of perpetual disappointment. But Stoicism teaches us a different approach. It urges us to listen with empathy, to understand the struggles of others, but also to protect our peace of mind. When faced with someone consistently complaining, a Stoic might acknowledge their frustration but gently guide the conversation toward a more constructive perspective. For instance, you could respond to their lament with, "It's tough, but maybe these challenges are an opportunity to grow stronger." However, Stoic wisdom also reminds us of the importance of boundaries. If someone's constant complaining begins to weigh on your spirit, it's crucial to consider creating some distance. This doesn't mean turning your back on them, but recognizing that your tranquility is just as crucial as offering support. In situations like a colleague who constantly complains about work, the Stoic approach is to provide empathy and perhaps suggest solutions, but ultimately, to refrain from getting entangled in their negativity. Setting boundaries isn't about rejection. It's about affirming your commitment to a life of inner peace. Saying no to negativity is not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-preservation. Maintaining this balance protects your well-being while still practicing compassion toward others. Type 2. The irresponsible. We all know someone who seems to drift through life without regard for their duties or obligations. They might say things like, "I forgot to do it again," or "someone else will handle it." These irresponsible individuals fail to uphold their commitments, whether out of laziness, forgetfulness, or simply a lack of care. Their behavior frustrates those who rely on them and clashes directly with the Stoic virtues of discipline and responsibility. Stoicism places a high value on personal responsibility and fulfilling one's societal role. The Stoics believed living a disciplined life was essential for personal growth and the community's well-being. In contrast, an irresponsible person often neglects their duties, leaving others to pick up the slack and disrupting the harmony of any group they are part of, be it a family, workplace, or circle of friends. When dealing with irresponsible individuals, it's essential to approach the situation with a blend of understanding and firmness. Sometimes, their behavior might stem from deeper issues, such as feeling overwhelmed or lacking organizational skills. Here, a Stoic would practice patience, offering guidance and support where needed. For instance, if a team member consistently misses deadlines, discussing managing their workload more effectively might be helpful. However, Stoicism also teaches us the importance of setting clear expectations and consequences. If someone's irresponsibility affects your peace of mind or the group's efficiency, setting boundaries is necessary. This might mean adjusting your reliance on them or communicating the impact of their actions. It's not about being harsh, but ensuring their lack of responsibility doesn't become your burden. If their behavior continues despite our efforts, Stoicism advises us to accept what we cannot change and focus on what we can control, our actions and responses. Sometimes, this might mean distancing yourself from their influence to protect your well-being. Remember, it's not about being unkind. Recognizing that your responsibility to maintain your tranquility is just as important as helping others. The Stoic path empowers us to balance compassion with self-preservation in navigating interactions with the irresponsible. By controlling what we can and accepting what we cannot, we maintain our inner peace even when faced with the challenges of others' behavior. Embrace this balance, setting boundaries where needed, and continue on your path with the discipline and responsibility that Stoicism champions. Type 3. The Egotistical. We've all encountered them. The people who somehow always steer it back to themselves, no matter the conversation. Whether it's a casual chat or a serious discussion, the egotistical are quick to highlight their achievements, often with phrases like, "That's nothing compared to what I've done," or "You should see how I handled that situation." Their self-centered approach starkly contrasts the Stoic ideals of humility and the interconnectedness of all people. Stoicism, as practiced by philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, emphasizes the importance of community and the idea that we are all part of a greater whole. The egotistical, however, see themselves as the central figure in every narrative, overshadowing others and hindering genuine connection and understanding. This mindset disrupts harmony and creates an environment where mutual respect and collaboration are stifled. When engaging with the egotistical, the key is patience and diplomacy. It's important to remember that their need to dominate conversations often stems from deeper insecurities. Stoic philosophy encourages us to listen more and speak less, a principle that can be particularly effective in these situations. As Epictetus wisely advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. By allowing the egotistical to express themselves, you can gently guide the conversation toward a more inclusive dialogue acknowledging everyone's contributions. Imagine a scenario where a colleague consistently monopolizes meetings, always quick to showcase their successes. While it's essential to recognize their efforts, it's equally crucial to ensure that others have the opportunity to share their insights. A Stoic response might say, "Your achievements are indeed impressive. Let's also hear from others on their perspectives and experiences." This approach aligns with Stoic principles of equality and respect and fosters a more collaborative and balanced environment. Dealing with the egotistical isn't about diminishing their confidence. Instead, it's about reminding them, and yourself, of the value of humility and the contributions of others. By embodying Stoic virtues like respect, balance, and empathy, you create space for everyone, including the egotistical, to learn and grow. In doing so, you protect your peace of mind and contribute to a more harmonious and respectful community. Type 4. The Manipulators. Picture this. A friend reaches out to you with a request, and as you hesitate, they say, "If you cared, you wouldn't think twice." Or perhaps they remind you of all the times they've been there for you, subtly suggesting that now it's your turn. These are the manipulators, people who use guilt, pressure, and emotional appeals to bend your will to theirs. Their tactics may seem innocent enough, but they challenge one of the core values of Stoic philosophy: sincerity. Manipulators are skilled at twisting situations to their advantage, often leaving you conflicted or obligated to comply with their demands. They thrive on creating a sense of indebtedness or emotional responsibility, making it difficult for you to say no. But Stoicism offers a powerful antidote: the composed mind. By maintaining calm and clarity, you can see through the emotional fog they create and make decisions that align with your values. When dealing with manipulators, pausing and reflecting before responding is crucial. Ask yourself, is this request fair? Am I acting out of genuine choice, or because I feel pressured? Stoicism teaches us the importance of discernment, encouraging us to act with integrity rather than out of obligation. Imagine a scenario where a friend constantly asks for help with tasks they could easily handle, saying, "You're my go-to person." While helping others is noble, it should never come at the cost of your peace. The Stoic approach here is to balance generosity with self-respect. Helping others is commendable, but ensuring you do so willingly is vital, not out of a manipulated sense of duty. Seneca's wisdom reminds us that a calm mind can find comfort and clarity even in the face of manipulation. It's about recognizing when you are being swayed by guilt and responding with grace, not obligation. Setting boundaries with manipulators is not just about protecting yourself. It's about staying true to your values. By being transparent and firm in your responses, you reclaim control over your actions and preserve your inner tranquility. Remember, as Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with understanding what is within your power and what is not. When you recognize and resist manipulation, you regain control over your story, ensuring that your actions are driven by your principles, not someone else's agenda. Type 5. The envious. Envy is a powerful emotion, one that can quietly poison the well of our relationships and personal well-being. You might recognize the envious by their telltale remarks, "Why do they always get everything?" Or, "It's not fair they have so much." These individuals are trapped in a comparison cycle, constantly measuring their lives against others and finding themselves lacking. This mindset is fundamentally at odds with the teachings of Stoicism, which emphasize inner contentment and the pursuit of personal virtue over external comparisons. Stoic philosophy, mainly as taught by Epictetus, encourages us to find satisfaction within ourselves rather than what others possess. The envious, however, are often blind to this wisdom, focusing instead on what they don't have and allowing that dissatisfaction to breed bitterness. Their constant comparisons can create a toxic environment for themselves and those around them as their resentment seeps into interactions and relationships. When dealing with envious individuals, it's crucial to maintain a balanced perspective. Stoicism teaches us to approach life with gratitude and to measure success by our standards, not by those of others. Find yourself confronted by someone expressing envy. A Stoic response might be to gently shift the conversation toward positive aspects of their life or highlight the importance of personal growth over material possessions. For example, if someone says, "You just got lucky," you might respond, "Luck plays a role, but we all have unique strengths and opportunities to grow." While it's essential to show empathy, Stoicism also reminds us to protect our peace of mind. If the envious person's attitude begins to affect your sense of contentment, it might be necessary to distance yourself from their negativity. This doesn't mean abandoning them, but focusing on cultivating your virtues and maintaining your inner harmony. Marcus Aurelius wisely advised that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In this context, it means not letting envy take root in your heart. Navigating relationships with envious individuals requires a firm commitment to your Stoic principles. By embracing gratitude, focusing on self-improvement, and resisting the urge to compare yourself to others, you can maintain your inner tranquility and serve as a quiet example of the fulfillment that comes from within. In doing so, you not only safeguard your peace, but might also inspire others to look beyond their envy and find contentment in their journey. Type 6. The Toxically Positive. We all appreciate a positive outlook, but there's a fine line between optimism and denial. Toxically positive individuals cross that line, often insisting that we look on the bright side, or just stay positive, no matter the circumstances. While their intentions may be good, this relentless optimism can undermine the Stoic emphasis on facing reality with clarity and rationality. Stoicism teaches us to confront challenges head-on, acknowledging difficulties rather than brushing them aside. The toxically positive, however, tend to gloss over life's complexities, often dismissing genuine struggles in favor of a superficial cheerfulness. This can be frustrating when dealing with real problems that require practical solutions, not platitudes. When interacting with someone who embodies toxic positivity, it's essential to balance their optimism with a dose of realism. Stoicism encourages us to see things as they are and to respond with reasoned action. For instance, if a coworker overlooks significant issues by saying, "Everything will be fine," you might acknowledge their positive outlook but gently steer the conversation toward addressing the problem. It's great to stay positive, but let's also make sure we're prepared to tackle these challenges. It's also crucial to protect yourself from the potential downsides of toxic positivity. While remaining hopeful is valuable, ignoring problems doesn't make them disappear. It often makes them worse. Maintaining a grounded perspective ensures you're not swept up in a tide of unwarranted optimism that leaves important issues unresolved. Engaging with toxically positive individuals requires a commitment to truth and practicality. While their positivity can be uplifting, it's essential to remind them, and yourself, that true resilience comes from facing life's difficulties, not from pretending they don't exist. By promoting a balanced view that accepts both the good and the bad, you help create an environment where authentic, constructive optimism can thrive. In dealing with toxic positivity, your goal isn't to diminish their upbeat spirit, but to ensure it's rooted in reality. By embracing the Stoic practice of rationality, you maintain peace of mind and contribute to a more honest, effective way of navigating life's challenges. This approach strengthens your resilience and encourages others to adopt a more realistic and ultimately more rewarding mindset. Type 7. The Fearful. Fear is a natural part of life, but it becomes a constant companion for some, dictating their every move. These are the fearful individuals, those who hesitate to take risks or step outside their comfort zones. You might hear them say, "What if something goes wrong?" Or, "I'd rather not try than fail." Their excessive caution contrasts sharply with the Stoic principles of courage and rational action, even in uncertainty. Stoicism teaches us to approach challenges with a blend of bravery and reason. The fearful, however, often allow their anxieties to hold them back, missing out on opportunities for growth and new experiences. Their reluctance to take risks limits their potential and can dampen the spirits of those around them, spreading an atmosphere of doubt and hesitation. When dealing with fearful individuals, offering understanding and support without reinforcing their fears is essential. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. This approach can help guide the fearful toward a more balanced perspective. For example, suppose a friend is anxious about pursuing a new job. In that case, you might help them consider the best and worst possible outcomes, showing them that the fear of failure should not outweigh the potential for success. It's also crucial to remember that constantly accommodating someone's fears without challenging them can do more harm than good. Stoic wisdom suggests genuine compassion sometimes means encouraging others to face their fears head-on. This doesn't mean being harsh or unsympathetic. It's about helping them build the confidence to take small steps outside their comfort zone. By doing so, you assist them in discovering their strength and resilience. At the same time, you must protect your peace of mind. If someone's fearfulness begins to hold you back or affect your outlook, it may be necessary to set boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate our courage and rationality even when those around us are caught in a cycle of fear. By embodying these virtues, you maintain your inner tranquility and serve as a source of strength and inspiration for others. Navigating relationships with fearful individuals requires patience, empathy, and a firm commitment to your Stoic values. By encouraging them to face their fears while maintaining your path of courage and rationality, you help create an environment where growth and resilience can flourish. In the process, you reinforce your commitment to living a life guided by reason, not fear. Type 8. The Materialistic. We live in a world where the allure of material wealth is stronger than ever. People probably say, "If only I had that car, I'd be happy," or "I need to wear designer clothes to be respected." These are the worldly individuals who believe that possessions and status are the keys to happiness and fulfillment. However, this belief starkly contrasts the core principles of Stoicism, which prioritize inner virtue and contentment that comes from within, not from what we own. As taught by Seneca, Stoicism urges us to find true happiness in simplicity and self-mastery rather than in accumulating wealth or luxurious items. The materialistic person, however, often misses this essential truth, constantly chasing after the next big purchase or the latest trend, believing it will finally bring them the lasting happiness they seek. This endless pursuit distracts them from what matters and can influence those around them, making it easy to fall into the same trap of equating self-worth with material success. When interacting with materialistic individuals, staying grounded in Stoic values is essential. Rather than getting drawn into their consumption cycle, try to steer conversations towards more meaningful topics, like personal achievements, growth, or the value of experiences over things. For instance, if someone is fixated on the latest gadget or fashion item, you might gently remind them of the fleeting nature of such pleasures by saying, "That's nice, but some of my favorite memories come from simple moments, not things." If you find that their materialistic outlook begins to affect your perspective, it's essential to take a step back and reassess. Stoicism teaches us that true wealth isn't measured by what we have, but by how little we want. Epictetus wisely noted, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By staying true to this principle, you protect your peace of mind and set an example that might encourage others to seek fulfillment beyond material goods. Engaging with worldly people can be challenging, but it also offers an opportunity to reinforce your Stoic principles. By focusing on what truly brings lasting happiness, inner virtues, meaningful relationships, and personal growth, you can maintain your tranquility and perhaps even inspire others to question their pursuit of material wealth. In doing so, you cultivate a genuine contentment grounded in values far beyond the superficial. Type 9. The Narcissistic. Narcissists are those individuals who seem to believe the world revolves around them. Their conversations are peppered with statements like, "No one is as good as me," or "I should always be the center of attention." This inflated sense of self-importance is the antithesis of Stoic values, emphasizing humility, community, and the understanding that we are all interconnected parts of a greater whole. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in humility and recognizing our place within the broader fabric of society. The narcissists, however, often view themselves as exceptional and superior, which leads them to disregard the contributions and feelings of others. Their constant need for admiration and validation can create an environment where their self-centeredness overshadows cooperation and mutual respect. When dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's essential to maintain your composure and not get drawn into their need for constant praise. Stoicism advises us to control our reactions and stay grounded in our values. For example, suppose a narcissistic colleague monopolizes a meeting with their achievements. In that case, a Stoic response might be to acknowledge their contributions and redirect the conversation to include others. Your efforts are indeed impressive, and I think it's important we also hear from the rest of the team. It's important to remember that engaging with a narcissist doesn't mean you have to feed into their ego. Setting boundaries is critical. Stoicism teaches us to protect our inner peace by not getting caught up in others' inflated views of themselves. Suppose a narcissistic person tries to dominate your time or attention. In that case, limiting your interactions with them or politely steering the conversation away from their self-aggrandizement is perfectly okay. The challenge with narcissistic individuals is to balance engagement with self-protection. While you can't change their outlook, you can manage your responses and ensure you're not compromising your values or peace of mind. By staying true to the Stoic principles of humility, respect, and rationality, you navigate these interactions gracefully and remain centered, even in the face of your self-obsession. Ultimately, dealing with narcissistic people tests your commitment to Stoic virtues. By refusing to be swayed by their need for admiration and maintaining a balanced and respectful approach, you uphold your integrity and contribute positively to the environment around you. In doing so, you protect your well-being and offer a subtle example of the strength that comes from true humility. Type 10. The drama seekers. Drama seekers are those individuals who thrive on chaos and conflict. They're the ones who always have a juicy piece of gossip to share or constantly stir up trouble with phrases like, "Did you hear the latest?" or "There's always something wrong." Their obsession with creating or exaggerating problems starkly contrasts the Stoic pursuit of tranquility and rational thought. Stoicism teaches us to maintain inner peace and approach life's challenges with calmness and reason. Drama seekers disrupt this peace, drawing you into unnecessary turmoil and emotional chaos. They often exaggerate minor issues, turning them into major crises, and their constant need for attention can drain your energy and disturb your focus. When dealing with drama seekers, the Stoic approach is one of detachment and discretion. It's important to recognize when a situation is being blown out of proportion and choose not to get involved in the chaos. For example, suppose you find yourself in a conversation filled with gossip or unnecessary controversy. In that case, you might steer the discussion towards something more constructive or simply excuse yourself from the situation. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what truly matters and to ignore distractions that don't contribute to our well-being or personal growth. Drama seekers often try to pull you into their world of conflict and emotion. Still, by focusing on your control, your actions, thoughts, and responses, you can avoid getting entangled in their drama. Engaging with drama seekers is a test of your Stoic resolve. It requires you to actively choose not to be swayed by the turbulence they create and to protect your tranquility. By focusing on your path and not getting drawn into the drama, you demonstrate the strength of Stoic virtues and set an example of living a life guided by reason and inner peace. In dealing with drama seekers, your goal isn't to change them, but to maintain your equilibrium. By practicing Stoic detachment, you ensure your energy is spent on what truly matters rather than on unnecessary conflicts or distractions. This approach preserves your peace of mind and helps create a more harmonious environment for yourself and those around you. Conclusion. As we conclude our exploration of these 10 challenging personality types, it's clear that the people we allow into our lives can profoundly impact our inner peace and well-being. From the complainers who drain our energy to the narcissists who demand our constant attention, each personality type presents a unique challenge to our tranquility. However, by applying the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate these interactions with grace and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others, we can control our responses to them. By setting boundaries, practicing discernment, and focusing on what truly matters, we can protect our inner peace and maintain our commitment to a life of virtue and contentment. Saying no to negativity, manipulation, or unnecessary drama is not an act of rejection. It's a powerful affirmation of our well-being and values. Now, I challenge you to apply what you've learned in your own life. Reflect on the personality types that have been the most challenging for you. What specific behaviors or attitudes trigger you? Consider using Stoic principles to set boundaries and protect your peace of mind. Remember, living in alignment with your values is not just about avoiding certain people. It's about actively choosing to surround yourself with those who uplift and support your journey towards tranquility. As we close this chapter, I invite you to join our growing community of Stoic learners by subscribing to this channel. Together, we can continue to share wisdom, support one another, and build a life of inner peace and strength. So click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's keep this journey going. By doing so, you're not just improving your life, you're helping us spread this transformative message to others. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and keep cultivating your inner peace.